Hello everyone, and in this video we're going to be talking about one of the new mods for Season of the Arrivals. It's called the Argent Ordnance MOD, or the Argent Ordnance MOD, or whatever you want to pronounce it. Now this is a mod for your rocket launchers, and because rocket launchers haven't been having much love recently, and I do enjoy a good rocket launcher, I thought it might be useful for us all to have a look and see how some of the favourite rocket launchers react with this new mod and see how well it increases their damage output. Now before we have a look at the Argent Ordnance mod itself, I don't know, I just wanted to say that with a French accent, I don't know why, we're going to talk about getting charged with light. Aside from the standard ways of getting charged with light, you know, picking up orbs of light and things like that, there's a new mod this season called Swift Charge, and I think it's brilliant. Now it does cost 5 energy to use, and you can pick it up from the prismatic recaster, of course, but what that basically means is that rapid kills with pulse rifles will get you a stack of light. There's also another mod called Sustain Charge, and it's a similar thing but with auto rifles. There's machine guns and things as well, but I'm looking at primary weapons to be perfectly honest. Now I did notice a big difference in how quick you get a charge of light, because with Swift Charge it only takes 3 kills to get a stack, and with the Sustain Charge it takes 4 kills, so it's well worth using the Swift Charge to do it. Now if you couple it with the Graviton Lance, you're going to be getting really quick stacks of charges with light, because the void orbs that come off every final blow with the Graviton Lance will chain, and that will count as a quick multi-kill type affair, so you'll be getting those stacks up nice and quick. Does that make sense? Okay, back to the Argent Ordnance mod. Now I'm going to use it in conjunction with all the exotic rocket launchers so you can see the different amounts of damage each one outputs with and without the mod attached. So first of all, let's jump in and have a little look at the two-tailed fox. Now what you're looking at here is it without a stack of light involved, so the mod isn't active. And it shoots 2 rockets in a volley, and you can see you're getting about 19,000 per rocket as it hits the ogre, and you're also getting the impact as well. So 3 volleys will kill the ogre. Okay, let's whack on the Argent Ordnance mod. We've got 4 stacks of light ready to rock and roll, and it says Godslayer warheads, which means it's active. So the first one, bang bang, 23,000, so an increase of about 4,000. And look, 2 pulls of the trigger will annihilate it. So that's pretty cool. You could actually see one of the rockets damaged at 27,000 there, which is massive. So that's pretty cool. I think the two-tailed fox works well with it. Next, we'll have a look at the Deathbringer, you know, the shadowkeep exotic rocket launcher. Now, there's a way to shoot this, really. You can see that took about 1/3 of its health off with a direct hit. You get the arcicles coming out and then going back and shooting him, but the best way to use it is to shoot above the target's head and let each individual orb come down and attack. There we go. There's actually some pretty big numbers. There are 14,000 and an 11,000, but usually you're looking at damage with about 8,000-9,000. You can see, there we go, 8,000, 7,000, 9,000, maybe the odd 10,000. Yeah, so that's pretty consistent there. Let's have a look with the Godslayer rockets on, with our mod on, and we're getting 8,000, 10,000, 14, 11, so quite a bit. He kind of takes off over half health, so 2 volleys with a Deathbringer should really sort him out. Okay, let's have a look at our Wardcliff Coil. A very situationally specific rocket launcher, I fear, but you can tell here it's not doing that much with a standard damage on. It's taken about 3 or 4 volleys to kill the ogre. Let's have a look at it with the Godslayer rockets on. Here we go. Yeah, not bad, just over half health, probably the worst performing of the 3 because it's so erratic with the rockets flying off in every direction, but not bad. But now we're going to get to my favourite one. I mean, of course, the Trutth rocket launcher. Now, the great thing about this is it's got really aggressive tracking, so you can use it in any situation, but it's also got 3 rockets in the pipe. Standard damage without the mod here, you can see it's taking 4 shots to kill the ogre. On average, about 26,000 damage, with the odd difference there, 33. But with the Godslayer warheads on, we can see it's taking out 31,000 damage, so 3 rockets are annihilating the ogre. But something else is interesting here is that the charged with light mechanic isn't having chance to reduce if you shoot it with the 3 rockets, because if you don't reload in between each rocket, you keep your stacks of light, so you don't use them up. So you can hit 1, 2, 3 and still have plenty of stacks of light left for another volley. Now this makes the Trutth one of the most interesting and probably one of the best rocket launchers to use with Argent Ordnance, because it's a cheaty bugger, and we all love a bit of a cheat, don't we? And then you can keep your stacks of light for using with other things as well, which is very, very handy. So that's all well and good, but what if you don't want to take up an exotic slot with a rocket launcher? That means you're going to have to use a legendary one, because we've got our Wither Horde and all that, which is such lovely newness. That's what we all want to do. But however, what we have to take into consideration is the new weapon sunsetting. Each weapon has a lifespan really for the amount of time it can be maxed up to a certain level. So for a full year of use, we're looking at the rocket launchers that have a 1360 power level. Now for that, you can see they've got the little Season of Arrivals badge in the left hand corner. We've got the Bad Omens rocket launcher, and we've also got the Shining Sphere, is it? Yes, that's the one, the Shining Sphere. Now that drops from Iron Banner tournaments, so you might have one of those tucked away. And then the third one, which is only available from the new dungeon, is called the Who's Go, but I haven't had one of those to drop yet, so you know, it's only from the new dungeon, the Prophecy dungeon. Now then, the other options that we've got are the rocket launchers that come with the Season of Dawn thing in the corner. Now the ones we've seen here, we've got the Pyroclastic Flow, and we've also got the Moss Epoch 3. Now they've only got a maximum level of 1260, but you'll still get 3/4 of the year of usage out of them. But at the moment, if you want my particular opinion, I'd go for the Bad Omens rocket launcher. I've taken that one out for a spin here, and you can see it's doing about the same, 26,000 without Argent Ordnance on it, and 31,000 with. So it's not too bad. It does deliver a nice hefty blow. I've also had a little look at the Shining Sphere, you know, the Iron Banana rocket launcher. You can see that's doing 24,000 there with without the mod, and it does no, it doesn't actually. It does 29 with the mod, so that's not as good as the Bad Omens, so that's why I'd pick that one, really. If I had a Who's Go, I could show you that one, but I haven't, so I can't. All in all, it's a great mod if you're a rocket launcher user, because it brings them right back up to speed. An extra 20% damage is a great thing. Plus, if you use it in tandem with the Taking Charge and the Swift Charge, you know, for the pulse rifle, particularly with the Graviton Lance, then you'll get your charges of light nice and quick. Also, if you get a heavy ammo drop mod slotted in somewhere as well to give you a nice continuous flow of rockets, it's a good thing to have. And if you did find my rocket talk of use, a subscribe would be very, very appreciated, and even more so would be a like and a comment or anything at all, because I love to hear from you all to see what you think about this mod, if you think it's any good or not. Right, I'm going now to go and jump out of a window and fly to Mars.